According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, Italy is a country south of Central Europe that cuts into the Mediterranean Sea through a peninsula landscape. Italy became a nation-state in 1861 when the regional states were united under King Victor Emmanuel II. Listovative says Italy is famous for vineyards where it remains the world's largest producer of wine. Italian explorers such as Christopher Columbus, John Cabot, and Marco Polo, and olive oil that dates back to the 7th century. The World Fact Book says Italy has a diverse economy. In the north, it is highly developed and dominated by private companies, while the south has a higher number of unemployment. The economy is driven by high-quality consumer goods, where many of them are considered family-owned. Italy is considered the third largest economy in the Eurozone, but does contain a high public debt. In fact, this debt has steadily increased since 2007. My fun fact about Italy is actually more of a fun story from when I visited a couple of years ago. There is this place in Italy called the Amalfi Coast. It is honestly the most beautiful place I have ever been. This coast stretches along the southern edge of the Sorrentine Peninsula, and around this coastline there is a winding narrow road built for one car. Tour groups go in buses on this road and usually have two buses going in separate directions on a road built only for one car. In order to keep each other from falling off the edge, the bus drivers push their side view mirrors in an effort to pass one another. According to the Freedom House, although online news industry is growing in Italy, traditional media is still the dominant medium, and there are over 100 newspaper companies in Italy. I find this fact interesting because newspapers are not the dominant form of medium in so many countries outside of Italy. Government doesn't have a lot of restrictions to the Italian press, and it is even noted that internet access in Italy is considered unrestricted. There has, however, been attempts to strengthen restrictions on personal data collection. Italy scores out of 15 out of 16 according to Freedom House in the category Freedom of Expression and the Press, and constitutional freedom is considered guaranteed. In August of 2016, the Parliamentary Anti-Mafia Commission released a report that voiced concerns on the number of attacks on journalists by organized crime groups. It was reported that there was 2,060 attacks on journalists between 2006 and 2014. It is important to note, however, that 0 journalists and 0 netizens have been killed in 2017. The country is very interesting culturally. According to the Hofstede Center, Italy is considered to be at a 50 power distance. This means northern Italy tends to prefer equality and decentralization. On the other hand, southern Italy is almost completely the opposite of northern Italy. Italy is considered to be at a 76 on the individualism scale. This means this country is considered to be what's called a me country, and people often feel alone even in a crowd. Italy is also at a 70 for masculinity, which means the country is driven by successes. With an uncertainty avoidance of 75, Italian citizens do not cope well with ambiguous situations. Similarly, Italy has a long-term indulgence score of 61, which means that Italian culture is considered pragmatic. On the other hand, Italy has an indulgence score of 30, which indicates the fact that Italy's people can show restraint and pessimism is higher than optimism in this country. This plays out in the media in that Italians are driven by results, statistics, and personal gain rather than emotions. It is important to note that according to MIT Technology Review, Italy's strongest export industry is its high-tech technology, and about 60% of its exports are either machinery, technology, or related industries. According to NeoMobile, smartphone penetration has reached 41% of the total population. Furthermore, 1 in 3 people have purchased an app on their smartphone, and 4 out of 5 interact with advertisements on these smartphones. The average phone user in Italy has more than 30 apps installed on their devices, but only uses 15% of these apps daily. As previously stated, internet content is unrestricted in Italy. Due to the fact that internet access is unrestricted, Italy has more of a free media content. In fact, according to Reporters Without Borders, Italy is ranked 77th in terms of press freedom in 2016. Mediaset, the largest broadcaster in Italy, is founded by media conglomerate Berlusconi, according to Freedom House. Overall, Italy is a wonderful place to live and hits the median of people's beliefs, according to the Gert Hofstede Center.